Okay, guys, so let me go through another little section of the resumes. Now, don't forget, there's no right or wrong. There's no specific way that you should be doing a resume. It's just what I have found has worked with my clients. Okay, all right, sorry. All right, so what I like to do is have a significant career highlights section. So, what you can do is you can either put in brackets the year of completion that you did this achievement. So, for example, if this was completed back in 2012, and but you don't want to put that achievement that's um, many years ago all the way down the bottom of the resume down here. What you can then do is pop it up here if it's relevant to the job that you are applying to. So if you did something similar many years ago, and it's really relevant to the role that you're applying to now, you can come and put either the year that you completed that or the actual name of the organization. So again, there's no right or wrong, but I like to make sure that wherever that achievement was completed, you've timelined it. So you've either put the year or the organization that it was completed with. Okay, another thing that I find really important is I like to subcategorize my achievements. So this will help with your applicant tracking software. So you can see here the skills that are related to those achievements have been categorized. Again, so you can pull out the job advert, put that next to you, or split your screen, and then use the keywords from the advert to categorize the achievements that you have done or completed, I should say, under that skill set. Now, what's really important is figures. Now, I understand though that figures are really relative. So to say me in say company X, 29% increase of trade might be really small versus yourself where that is you're in an organization where 29% might actually be quite a big number. So I understand that it's relative to the organization, but it is nice to be able to quantify the value that you're bringing or have brought to that company. So that's the format that I like to have. Don't forget as well, spacing is really important. So one trick you can do is you can categorize your skills here like this with the achievements. You can come under and you can then click spacing and you can then pop in, and I'll show you what it looks like with much bigger. But you can then, instead of hitting the enter button, you can then format your document so that it's neat and tidy, crisp by using the spacing rather than pushing enter. So recapping, these achievements here don't necessarily have to be in chronological order. They can be anything that's relative to the job advert that you're applying to that may have happened 10 or maybe even 20 years ago, but it's relevant to that role. And so therefore you can pop it in your career highlights section. Okay, another little differentiator that I have with my clients, if you see here, I put scope. And so this means in a high level overview, what this role was all about. Again, you can use keywords from the job description that you are applying to better rank with those software systems. And it also highlights in a snapshot exactly what you were doing without me having to read all of these texts or assume things based off your job title. So yeah, that's one area for you to consider. What else was I going to show? Oh yes, it's really important, and this will be the final little tip for this video. I like to have a small summary of the company because for example, if you're working in Pakistan, everyone in Pakistan knows what BISP does, but if I'm in Dubai, I might not have ever heard of this company. So it's really important that you provide a brief description of what the actual company is, the size it is, and if, for example, maybe it's listed on the NASDAQ or maybe it's listed on some form of, the stock exchange somewhere. Make sure that you give an overview of how big that actual company is and what it does. And then you want to keep that consistent across the document, so that people can understand exactly the type of organizations and how large it is that you've been working with. All right, I hope this has been helpful. Let me know anything else that I could give you some advice over, and I'd be happy to do a video on it.